thing that tensions that subject matter in Adams's pictures is this intense feeling of light. Robert Adams wrote in his book, The New West, that the subject of those pictures was not the housing, but the light, the source of all form. And in those pictures, the light is a very strong character. It almost has a purifying effect. Robert Adams was born in New Jersey in 1937. He lives in New Jersey until the age of 10. And at the age of 15, the entire family moves to a suburb of Denver. There in Colorado, Adams was very struck by the expanse of the landscape, the deep space of the landscape. This is something that he had never experienced before. And he was also struck by the starkness of the light, the high altitude light. And this is something that took him a while to get used to. Eventually he did, and eventually he fell deeply in love with the Colorado landscape and began to explore its mountains, explore its trails, its parks, and really formed a deep bond for the first time with a landscape. At the age of 19, he goes away from Colorado to Southern California for college, where he studies English literature. He discovers the work of Shakespeare, he discovers the work of James Joyce, and really sets about wanting to be a writer. In Adams's last year of college, he meets another senior named Kirsten Mornestam, who was a naturalized citizen who had grown up in Sweden. Kirsten becomes his partner not only in love, but also in their art and in their appreciation for nature. In 1963, Robert Adams acquires a camera just really for fun. He starts photographing the things that he has a deep affection for, the rural buildings that they encounter, and also for the landscape. Robert and Kirsten Adams began exploring the eastern and southern parts of Colorado, specifically the small towns in eastern Colorado and the late Hispanic settlements. And so his first couple of bodies of work were really made in homage to the earlier settlers of the state of Colorado. These were people whose values they connected with. There's a turning point in his career, and it happens in the summer of 1968 when he and his wife and his parents take an extended trip to Europe. And when he comes back from Europe, he switches to distinctly contemporary subject matter. Some of the new houses that are being built, the new buildings, the new highways that are being put into Colorado, he sees this as suddenly an important thing to document. He knew that he couldn't continue to focus on only the things that he loved, because there was another reality happening in Colorado Springs. A lot of the developments that were being put into place in the state of Colorado were really ill-conceived and quickly put up. And so he saw these changes, these quite catastrophic changes being made to the landscape and to the environment, and also to the quality of life he and his friends were experiencing, and really felt that there was a larger story to be told. It's a photograph that he took in Colorado Springs in 1969. I think the picture is very revealing of the fact that Adams isn't just interested in architecture. He's interested in the kinds of values that could be formed, that might be formed in communities such as this. Even though people are not a frequent feature of Robert Adams's photographs, I think all of his photographs are about how we live. Adams embarked on the series Our Parents and Our Children in the late 70s and carried on for 3 or 4 years. And he did so with great concern about a possible catastrophe that might occur at a nuclear processing facility nearby. And so Adams asked himself, what would be lost if catastrophe were to strike? He felt that some of the small gestures of affection between parents and children that occur in what he called lost places were things that were worth saving and recording on film. Adams and his wife, Sherston, starting in the 1960s, began vacationing in Oregon. It was really a way for him to escape what was going on in Colorado, some of the disturbing things that were happening in Colorado. In 1997, Adams and his wife decided to move there permanently. But after they moved there, they discovered how widespread the problem of clear-cutting was. Turning Back is really a unique series in Robert Adams's body of work. He described his role in making that as both an artist and a war photographer. I think he struggled with the fact that photography is inherently fragmentary and that each picture could only tell a small part of the story. Adams really harnesses the book form as a vehicle for his voice and also for how pictures work together, how they can accumulate to tell a much larger epic story about the American West.